Okay, let's throw up our palms. Bring ourselves into the center. Press them together, bring them to your heart. Close your eyes and breathe. Just slow down. Tongue is to the roof of the mouth, slight smile on your face. Settle your whole being into stillness, calm, receptivity, awareness, love, perfection, light. Feel that sweetness of your breath as it flows in and out through your whole being. Enjoy it. Feel your love for life, your love for this experience. Connect to the beautiful sun, the golden sunrise. Feeling the healing rays of the sun throughout your whole being. As you inhale, draw that sunlight into your heart. Hold the breath and the light at your heart center. Let your mini sun start to glow within you at your heart center. Expand it into your whole being and exhale through the crown like a fountain all around you. Clear out your space. Inhaling again the light of the sun into the heart. Suspend the breath at the heart center. Expand that light. See it and feel it through your whole being. And exhale through the crown. Clear out your space. Make it big. Inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath, the light at the heart center. Expand it. See it brighter, bigger, magnetic, radiant. Exhale through the crown fountain all around you. Just returning to an easy breath. Stay in this space. See and feel your heart center lit up, light within you and all around you. Inhale one more deep breath through the center. Hold it, pull root lock, rub your palms. Try to inhale a little more. Keep holding, get the heat. Cup them over your eyes, nourish yourself, and exhale. Inhale, hold. Nourish yourself. Feel the energy from your palms to your eyes, to your whole being. Everything you need is within you. And as you exhale, float the palms down, flutter the eyes open into your space, and smile and relax. Relief. Okay, I always say this, right? Welcome, everybody who's tuning in now or later. And I always say, what am I going to talk about? Because I think I have an idea. I say this every time, right? But then it changes as we tune in. I start to just feel into the energy of what's there to share or what people may be seeking or looking for. And what I really always I'm trying to do, or what I've been sharing here, is my experience through my personal experience. And how am I able to share that? Because I apply the wisdom, I apply the knowledge. And then through the application, that's what I'm here to do. This is just all I do. Like, I don't have a different day job. This is what I'm here doing, is immersing myself in the truth and the wisdom, and then applying it and then sharing it. And that's like a pretty good life for me. I really love it. And so what I'm saying that for is, through my experience, I have these little, my interpretation, obviously, and how it has worked for me or not worked for me. And also knowing, like most of the people who come across the wisdom, come across this information, this wisdom, this truth. It's not even just information, it's wisdom and ancient teachings and the truth of who we are, the truth of who you are. Most people who come across it, yes, have a time where it's more consuming it instead of applying it, which is fine. But there comes a time when, like I was saying today, you got to cut the crap. You just got to get to it. Like, you have to actually apply it, or else, and not just apply it like once, and try to get some kind of result, which is fine, but a consistent application, a consistent um, beingness, like practicing with your state of being and your awareness. So you observe yourself. Am I actually being who I say that I am? Am I actually doing that? Can I refine this even more? There's always room for refinement. There's always room for improvement. And that is not in a like achiever kind of way. It's not to achieve something. It's for your expansion of your consciousness, for an elevated state of consciousness, for an elevated way of being, for an elevated life, for a better life, to get what you want in your life, to have a smoother and more harmonious experience here. And again, what I keep saying, right? What's your point? Like, what's your point? I hope I'm also doing my best to gather all of the things, because it's the same thing every time. It's the same information, the same steps, it doesn't change. The wisdom, the truth does not change. I am does not change. Live from the end does not change. What is your state of being does not change. I just say it in whatever different way I can find, or whatever way I have applied it for myself. But I'm doing my best to gather all of the components, like shared over all of these times. And then because in my experience, because it does start to become part of you. It starts to be, you can't listen and absorb and consume the information. And then even you're dabbling, you're trying a little bit of stuff, or you remember to apply it here, or, oh, this is not a desirable outcome, or I don't like what's happening here. So, oh, you remembered to go, or what is my state of being, or to go use your imagination and change it, or persist, or don't accept what you are seeing or receiving. You may remember that. And so then it starts to seep into your awareness and become a part of your operational, the way you operate, it becomes a part of your operating system, which is good. So now what I'm saying is, because you've had all this time with me, if you've been listening to all this, and hopefully also listening to other people, or reading other things that are in the same vein, or, doing your experiments for yourself, then because you've been doing that, it gets like shorter and shorter, like easier and easier. That's why I was saying today, just like again, what is your point? Hopefully to, again, have a harmonious experience, have a beautiful life. That's your point, right? Uplift yourself and others, live in a harmonious world, right? So you know that. So then what draws your attention and where you spend most of your time focusing, like, don't you already know that's what you're going to get? That's what you're going to get more of. And if you don't want that, please, like, why are you doing that? Why are you continuing to do it? I know I'm saying it from myself. I have to watch myself. I listened to this video today because sometimes on Sunday, I like to say my church on Sunday is either some Neville. Yes, of course, that's a given. On Sunday, I like to get prepped by reading something or listening to something, a lecture or book or audiobook or whatever. But also sometimes I like to listen to Reverend Ike, because that guy's funny. That guy's a character. It always makes me laugh, and it's in church. So it makes me feel like, okay, this is it. I never went to church. I'm just saying, I like it. It's fun. So this morning I was listening to one of the Reverend Ike videos, and he was saying, whatever you're fascinated with, like, watch what you're fascinated with. And what is being fascinated with something? You know, he's saying, like, if you're fascinated with poverty, or if you're fascinated with failure, or if you're fascinated with criticism or judgment, fascinated with others' failures, you know, look what you're fascinated. It's just another way to say it, because fascinated is like, you know, like, wow, like, wow. So even if we're fascinated with problems, you know, like the world issues or whatever, you know, you're fascinated with that, because whatever you're fascinated with, you have to think about it. That gets a lot of your attention, right? When you're fascinated with something. So think about that. Watch it. You know, like I keep saying, watch yourself, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You got to like pay attention, you know, because again, it happens so seamlessly. It happens so, we're so automatic, so seamless. It's so habitual. It's just habitual to give our attention in the sensory world to things that we don't like. And I'm not saying you don't give any attention. You may give some attention, but again, what for? What do I give my attention there for? To determine what is wanted. And then the quicker I can go from, you know, whatever, I'm fascinated by that, to being fascinated by what I'm creating, to being fascinated by my desires instead of what is I don't desire. So a little more discipline on that we need. And because it's such an automatic habit, and again, we give so much attention to the sensory world because this is where we have most of our focus, right? But if we know what we know here, what we've been learning, and if you know who you know that the unseen world is the true reality, is the cause, is the first, you know, your imagination is the real reality, and this is the shadow. This is the reflection. This is the after effect. So when we get lost in the world of effects, we can get like lost for a while, like too long for us. That's what I'm saying. Some people are lost forever. Like they don't ever know that this is the world of effects and there's the cause, their imagination, that everything you're seeing in the sense world has come from a forgotten state, or a forgotten state of consciousness, or a forgotten fascination, a forgotten paying too much attention for too long, you know, or like I've said, you know, just these assumptions that we've let roll for so long, or these beliefs that we never, ever, ever, ever questioned, never questioned. You don't know who told you that. And then we just sort of like, oh yeah, well that happens. That's the way it is. But we never say like, wait a minute, is that what I want to be? Like, is that the way I want it to be? We're not really taught that we have that power. So a lot of people are lost in the world of effects thinking this sensory world is it, but we know better. So instead of getting lost in the sensory, just remind yourself. How do you remind yourself? You got to take time, what I always say, but you got to close your eyes. You got to take time to go to the inner world. You have to activate your inner senses. You have to learn to shift states. And then, because you get so good at it, eyes open or eyes closed. And you've been doing it with your eyes closed and realizing it's just a shift in the emotion, a shift in the state of being, a shift in your inner conversation. Nobody has to be involved in that. You don't have to convince anybody for that. You don't have to do anything in this sensory world to change that. Nothing. You take the information from your sensory world as good information, that this is my feedback loop. This has come from a former thing that I guess I've forgotten. And now I'm going to take it in and I'm going to change it around. I'm going to rearrange it in my mind. I'm going to get into the better state of being, or have a better conversation. And then I feel the effects of it already. So I know that it is done. We have that. That's why I'm saying, like, shorten it up, like pay attention to that. Why am I willing to indulge this? Why am I still allowing myself to be fascinated by this? And if you don't think you're fascinated by it, maybe you're disgusted by it. Maybe it doesn't matter. Put any word there that means you're given a lot of attention there. A lot of emotional attention, a lot of mental attention, a lot of your inner conversations. You might not think it's inner conversation. You might not think you're talking to anybody. You're just like analyzing the things to yourself. But is that the best use of your consciousness? Is that the best use of your time? And I think that if we take a pause and we ask ourselves, we know the answer. The answer is no. The better use of our time is what we're creating. And do we have the discipline to be able to get into that, shift it, like I was saying today, straight to the point. That's what I've been practicing with. This is what, back to the beginning, I'm tying it all in, saying I have to share from my experience what has worked for me, what I'm on right now, just using and finding benefit from. And those two things that I talked about earlier, if you're not in the earlier group or you don't know what I'm talking about, I was saying that I just cut off. I'm so aware of the inner conversations. And how did I get aware of my inner conversations? I started really paying attention to my emotions, because when you're off, when something has upset you or someone has upset you, or So then that's your decision after that. How long am I going to let this thing ride out? Or you could just let it ride out, and then people don't do anything to change it. They just let it sit there. Like yep, that's the way it is. I didn't like that, or I'm righteous in that, or whatever. I was right, or I don't like that. So I'm just going to, I don't know. I do know because I have done it. But also, once you know, why would you let it just sit there in a state that is not fulfilled? You didn't switch it around in any kind of way to fulfill it in the way that you want it to go from now on, because it sits there. And then anytime that person or a thing like that comes across your awareness, or you're going to interact, there's the state that it didn't change. You didn't uplift it for yourself, so that when when it expands into your into your experience, you're going to come and meet it again, and you haven't transformed it. So you get the opportunity to do it again. I'm just saying, like, make it easier for yourself, make it good for yourself. So don't ever let anything that was unlovely just sit there. Modify it, shift it, rearrange it in your mind. So how did I become aware of my inner conversation? I don't forget what I'm saying. I realized how I felt. I just know how I feel. And then if it's nervous or angry or frustrated or whatever that is, I pay attention. And I say, wait a minute. Okay, I am. That's valid. Sure, it's valid. And now what do I want? Like, what am I saying? What do I keep saying about it? What do I keep saying about them? Or, what am I worried about? And so that's what I was saying. If it's a worry, or if it's something that you want to happen, or you wish would happen, or I wish that they would do this, I just, like I said, just cut it off, cut the story off by saying what? Thank you. Because remember, I've been saying, catch the feeling of relief. The feeling of relief means it's done. And so if you're saying thank you, what does that imply? It's already done. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's like my stop. Like, if I have the worry or wonder or whatever, if I'm saying thank you and I know how this operates, I go in my imagination, I could make a scene with it. I can do all that stuff. I can extrapolate it out real big, but I also sometimes like to just get to the point. I know I don't need to do all that, because if I'm saying thank you and I know what my state of being is, whatever that is, infinite wealth, radiant health, whatever. If I know my state of being also, and I'm saying thank you, it's done. And then I relax and then enjoy what's in front of you. See what's in front of you to enjoy in this now moment. And if you keep cleaning it up like that, you just have more and more delightful things to enjoy, or quiet time to yourself that is like you really get to enjoy, because it's just a peaceful feeling. You're just peaceful. You feel peaceful What is everyone saying when they come to me? Like I've said, they want peace. They just want peace of mind or peace of heart. And what do they want? They just want to be able to enjoy their life without worry. Well, that's peace of mind. So thank you. Helps me a lot still to cut it off. I catch it real quick. And then also, I love you. You could be saying it to yourself. You're saying it to yourself regardless. Even if you think you're saying it to another, you're saying it to yourself because you love yourself enough. You love yourself that much that you would clean it up. You wouldn't let anything, because you know it's all one. And like, it's all now. So if you're saying, I love you, it's like the same thing as thank you. It's just like, of course, like this feels so good. Like, I love you. Like, oh, what was I thinking? I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I love you. Just in your mind, in your mind. I don't know what's happening. This out here could be an out picturing of what was before. You don't react on that. That's where the practice of non-reaction also comes in, to have this buffer space that you practice with to be able to do this. Because if you're reacting, forget it. You're going to react and then it's fine. When you calm down the reaction, then you know what to do. But I'm trying to help you cut the reaction. Cut the reaction. If it's about another, or you keep going back to the past because you're going to have to come across this person again, or maybe you never want to. But like I've said before, what is the best way to clean it up? Love. What is the most loving thing for me? I love you. Like, everybody's in a state. Everybody is in a state of being. Someone could have fallen in a state of being. Lots of people are in a state of unconsciousness. If you were in the state of unconsciousness, how would you want to be treated? Like I've always said, with love. So that you have this awareness and this consciousness, just apply that love and gratitude. Again, like I've been saying, how could you go wrong? How could anything bad come out of love and gratitude? Nothing. It cannot. You have to be in integrity. You have to be in integrity and know why you're doing it. But like, how hard is it to convince yourself of that? Like, this is why I always get like a little like, I'm not sure where people are going sideways on this, because it seems pretty simple, pretty cut and dry to me. And yes, it is a practice. Like I said, stop saying it's hard, because that makes it hard. Say, I'm getting better and better at it. This is getting easier and easier for me to catch. I'm so willing to upgrade my experience. I'm so willing to reach a new level of consciousness. I'm so willing to be more and more aware of myself that it gets easier and easier. It's gotten easier and easier. I know who I am. I know my state of being, and I know how to cut it and apply real quick. And I start to see, this is what happens. Like I've said before, it's undeniable. Because if you actually did it, you wouldn't give yourself another choice. You wouldn't give yourself another choice, because it's so apparent how it transforms things. Yourself, how it transforms yourself. So then you start getting different people come across your path, different things show up, different, doors opening where you thought that was, no chance, or whatever, things from the past resolving themselves, or people reaching out to say sorry, or whatever. Not that you need that, but just, it's interesting what happens when you can do this for real. So the inspiration today that I really like, and I think I've talked about it a while ago, months ago or something, is called, the chapter that I was reading or that I was listening to is in The Power of Awareness, which, again, if you don't have that book, or if you haven't read that book or listened to that book, do it. You're hearing it now, just go do it. Or a chapter a day. It's short chapters, like I've said, 2 pages, 1 page, 3 pages, maybe 5 pages max in a chapter. And like gold, gold, gems, every single one. Like short, easy, I listened to maybe 4 or 5 chapters today. I just kept going back and going back and going back. And the same thing is how this has been unfolding, where you get the same information, little pieces of it over time. And then it starts to, oh yeah, like you start to embody it. You start to embody it. This is the wisdom. It has to be repeated because we are habitual beings, and we have been habitually programmed and conditioned in an unconscious way. So once you have consciousness and awareness and you start to come across wisdom and truth, it's the same thing. You have to just consistently, committedly, and with discipline, fill yourself with the truth. So this, a chapter that was inspiring me is, of course, called The Effortless Way, because it is an effort. Like, you think it is. You think it is. It is effort. Seems like effort at first. The effort is paying attention. The effort is not allowing something to slip by your awareness in a way, like I said, that just sits there and is going to repeat. Like, if you have the opportunity, if you are aware, why would you do that to yourself? Like, why not take care of it for yourself? So, but the effortless way, because again, it's the path of least action, like how to do something with the minimum of energy. And this is a really good concept also, like I'm saying, like when I'm saying get to the point, like why all the fanfare and the drama that you can't just go to thank you or I love you? Like what's the effort of what? Keeping what story in place for who and for what? Ask yourself, like, what is this serving? Why do I want to go through all this, trials and tribulations? And yeah, but haven't you done enough already? Like, haven't you done it already? Like, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be aware so that it just gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. If you don't want that, that's fine. Or maybe you don't think that's possible. Again, that's fine. But then, don't complain because you're doing it. You're the one doing it. So, the effortless way, does that not sound lovely? Yes, it does. To me, it does. Anyways, so it's saying, like, think about this. Your journey from one state of consciousness to another is a psychological one, right? Like, it's not actions you can take out here to get from one state to another. Sometimes people will say to me that, yeah, if I listen to good music or if I, see kids playing or hear like laughter or nature or whatever, that does shift my state of being. And that is valid. That is valid. I'm saying, of course, yes. And at the same time, think about this. You already have the foundation for that somewhere in you. Like, you've already practiced that. Where is that assumption coming from that this will shift my state of being? Not in the world of effects. It came from the world of cause. You have an assumption, you have a belief that will help shift your state of being. And do it, yes. Exercise, move, whatever it is, dance, chant, breathe, all that stuff, yes. But again, like I just keep trying to remind, don't give the power out there. The power started in here, or wherever that is. So your journey from one state of consciousness to another is a psychological one. So to make the journey, you must employ the psychological equivalent of least action. And the psychological equivalent is mere assumption. Because how easy is it to make an assumption? Just make a new assumption. That's the effortless way. Who's making it hard? You, because you think that assumption is done. Yeah, it's done if you want it to be done. But the least effort is just make a new assumption. Just make a new assumption. The day you fully realize the power of assumption, you discover that it works in complete conformity with this principle. It works by means of attention minus effort. It may seem like effort to get your attention, but when you practice, like I've said before, you just know the benefit, or that it is for your best. It's for you. It's for you. So it's attention minus effort. You don't have to force your attention. Just get your attention and change your assumption and move to a new state. Thus, with least action through an assumption, you hurry without haste and reach your goal without effort. Like, this is possible. Not only possible, but probable if you, like, done deal if you know how to practice this. Think about it, please. Start to let that seep into your being. Like, radiant health with ease, infinite wealth with ease, like least effort. Doesn't take an effort to make an assumption. You've made so many assumptions without even knowing, without any effort. They were just kind of given to you, planted in you, because you're unconscious. So, yeah, it's a short chapter, just 2 pages. But, like, doesn't that sound good? Yeah. So he's saying, like, how we mess up, kind of, is like the end of longing should be being. So if you're longing for something, that means you're not being it. You haven't made an assumption that you already have it, that you are it, that it exists like infinite possibilities in consciousness. You know this to be true if you've paid attention to all this stuff. So the end of longing should be being. So once you're being it, you have no more longing. And you don't have to make an effort to be, just be. Translate your dream into being. Be it. Perpetual construction of future states without the consciousness of already being them. That is, picturing your desire without actually assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the fallacy and mirage of mankind. So if you keep saying, like, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish they would do this, or if I could only, or, putting it somewhere outside of yourself, still in the longing state, or even picturing your desire, like thinking of something you want, but without the feeling, without getting the beingness of it, which again you see, it's not some kind of applied effort, anything you can do out here. Like, maybe if you wanted, say, I've heard of people, like, they want a specific house or they want a car or something like that, and they will go to the place and, like, see it, like actually go to the physical place, or sit in the car and put their hands on the steering wheel. Because sometimes people have, they may have a challenging time imagining. Again, it is a practice. It's something you have to practice. It's not always something that comes naturally for everyone, but you can practice it. So, like, you can do that. But even that, you could go in the house or go in the car or whatever that is. And if you still don't catch the feeling, if you're still sitting there like, well, but this isn't mine, you haven't made the assumption that this is yours, it's not going to come to fruition. It was just that moment, one moment of having it. It was yours in that moment. But if you don't persist in that feeling of beingness or having it, or making the assumption that it's yours, it doesn't, it's not going to continue to show up in your world. You're not fascinated by it. You're not giving all of your attention and energy to it, and not in a longing way, but in a being way. And this is a practice, as you know. But let's bring these principles in of least effort, of getting to the point, just being aware of yourself, not allowing anything to sit there and just roll out in some kind of way that you don't want to continue again. So that's it. I think I brought it all together, if that makes sense. There's some practical application, because that's it. You, again, consuming all, even if you're listening to me and then you don't do what I just said, it's futile daydreaming. That's the last line in this chapter. It's just simply futile daydreaming. And daydreaming is fun, but you have to catch the feeling. You have to persist in the beingness. You have to make a new assumption. You have to cut off those internal conversations when they're going in the direction you don't want it to go. You have to stop being fascinated by stuff that doesn't serve you. Aware of it, notice it, old states of consciousness, old programming, the former stuff, what is wanted, and go there and be it. Okay, let's breathe a little bit. Good. Just smile, looking straight ahead. Relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your heart, relax your face. Tongue is up. Inhale deep into the chest and hold the breath. Increasing your capacity. Inhale a little bit more. Strengthen your container more. Try to soften and inhale more. What are you making room for? More. A little bit more and a little bit more. Hold, pull root lock, pull it up, squeeze it up into your brain. Activate yourself like you mean it. And exhale gracefully, relief, relief. Memorize the feeling, release. Breathe easy for a moment. Feel that expansion. Inhale deep into the chest, hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Into the back, into your sides, into the front, up top. One more. Hold it. Now relax your shoulders, pull root lock, open the heart, smile, squeeze it up, activate yourself, activate yourself. And exhale gracefully, relief, relax. Close your eyes for a moment. Catch the feeling of relief, of ease. Inhale deep into the chest, hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Expand more. One more, one more. Hold, pull root lock, pull it up tight. And exhale gracefully, relief. Close your eyes. Just breathe easy. Allow the breath to flow in and out with no effort. Practicing that least effort. Finding the ease in everything you do. Let's use our voice. Inhale, hold the breath. Rub the palms, get some heat, get some light, get some energy. Bring the wrists together, bring them in front of your throat. Exhale. Don't touch your face, don't touch your throat. We'll use Zo 3 times. Buzz, zzz, buzz your throat, and then a nice long O. Use your full breath. Inhale to begin. Zzz, one more time. Inhale deep. Hold it, pull root lock, pull it up to your heart, into your hands. See if you can feel the energy in your hands, your face, within you and all around you. And exhale. Inhale, sweep. Stretch. Exhale through the mouth, press down. Cover yourself with light, sitting quietly for a moment. Expand your awareness in all directions. Notice, pay attention. What's behind you, beside you, below you, above you, in front of you. Go in your inner senses and just listen, pay attention, feel. And then decide, what is your state of being? Who am I? We're going to do some left nostril breathing. You can use your right hand or your left hand, however you like to plug your right side. Tongue is up. Slight smile on your face. Relax your whole being. You're going to inhale and exhale through the left side only. Take your time. Make it nice and slow and sweet and smooth. Release your hand. Inhale through both nostrils. Hold it. Exhale, hold it out. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Inhale, reach. Inhale some more. Hold it, shake, shake, shake. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If you ever have trouble sleeping or you're a little bit too wound up before you're trying to sleep, left nostril breathing, 5, 7, 11 minutes, you will have no trouble sleeping. Activating the parasympathetic nervous system, you just feel really chill, really good. Okay, we're going to bring a little bit of rhythm. I want to do inhaling for 8, hold for 8, and exhale for 8. But I'm trying to find a good rhythm for us that won't be too long. Let's see. So we're gonna, you find your own way, but 8 sips in. So find a rhythm like, try and make them equal and try and take your full deep breath. So you're starting to inhale belly, 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 ribs, 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 chest, chest, and then hold 8 counts. And then exhaling. You have to like really manage your resources. Your tongue is up. I think you can find a pace with this music, and this is good for self-love. Okay. deep. Hold the breath, pull root lock, pull it up through the center, activate yourself, light, light, light into your brain. And exhale, no air, hold it out, pull root lock if you can. Stillness, peace. Inhale. Hold it, pull it up, expand your awareness in all directions, harmony, divine order, perfection, light, unconditional love. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Sucking the tongue up, look at the tip of your nose. Click the tongue off, swallow. Stick the tongue out, tuck the chin, look at the third eye, stretch. Come to center. Fingertips together, plug your nose, looking up, inhale. Puff the cheeks, tip the chin, hold. Center, exhale. One time reset, plug your ears. When you're done, pop your ears. Looking over the left shoulder, eyes open. Relax your gaze, looking far, far in front of you, but open your awareness all around you. Coming through the center, to the right. Breathe, relax, harmonize. Through the center, looking up, looking into the infinite blue sky, taking that peace into your whole being. Tuck your chin, drink the light in through the nape of the neck. Couple of gentle neck rolls, left ear to the left shoulder, inhaling, just releasing any tension from the day. Take your time as you come over to right ear to the right shoulder and come down through the front and reverse using your breath. Take your time, go at your own pace. Just softening everything up, any tension, any rigidity. Just flexible, pliable, soft, flowing. And when you're done coming back to the center, just sitting again quiet for a moment, expanding your awareness in all directions, feeling the harmony through your entire existence in this now moment, being who you are effortlessly with so much love. Love makes everything easy. True love, unconditional love. Be that. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale to begin. Love before me, love behind me, love at my left, love at my right, love above me, love below me, love in me, love in my surroundings, love to all, love to the universe. Inhale, peace before me, peace behind me, peace at my left, peace at my right, peace above me, peace below me, peace in me, peace in my surroundings, peace to all, peace to the universe. Inhale, light before me, light behind me, light at my left, light at my right, light above me, light below me, light in me, light in my surroundings, light to all, light to the universe. Inhale for Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you guys. Thank you. Sleep sweetly.